Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Where's Wally podcast. Uh, just waiting on G2. I'm going to shoot him a text real quick. But yeah, this one's going to be a fun one, you know. MJ, I found the face before and after. So, the face of Mars. Yeah, that one didn't look right from the get-go, you know. I think that one was IR. Hey, what's up, Kittle? What's up? Keeping the swine in line. What about pirates? God damn it. Keep forgetting. I hope he can come up. He had some appointments. I don't know if anybody noticed, but we changed it a few times today, the time. He had some things come up and times change, and hey, that happens. So, but that's all good. If not, we'll just go through it. I know imagery enough to pull it up on the website, look at it large frame. I understand what the different types of radar actually are, or sorry, sensors are on those platforms. Pretty much the same ones are used on Earth as well. So, But I guess let's start here while we're waiting on G2. Let's do this and change the layout. Present. Share screen. And let's do the entire screen for now. I have X open. All right. Let me zoom in a little. So zoom in a little bit. So here's what started all this, right? So this one's actually fake. This one's been, these have both been modified. Let me move in a little closer. Yeah, that looks pretty good, I think. So there's basically, okay, here's the background. Oh, there he is. We got him. Bacha. What's up, buddy?
Sorry about that. I was on the phone.
Hey, man. Dude, no problem.
The state door.
Hello, everybody. If you don't know, this is obviously Ned Shannon of the G2. G2 Briefs. If you're not liking and subscribing, you should be. We've been talking about this for a few weeks. I don't know. It's a weird one. You know what I mean? It's really odd.
And you have video I haven't seen.
Oh, this one, yeah. This one's just somebody screen scrolling. I think, because all the images are actually static. I'll go to that in just a second, but I was just showing like this is how it started, right? So somebody was looking through the old what is it exactly? The Mars satellite. Mars satellite.
Wasn't that the Mars lander stuff?
No, this one's just the satellite. This one's not the lander. Mars satellite program, 1990s. I had this in a note. So I had too many daisy chains going in the office, and I had everything blow out 3 times today. So I had a
nice.
Yeah, I lost it. Okay, the Mars Observer mission, which started in the 1990s or 1990 actually. Was delayed to 92 at some point, but it went on for a while. 98, and I believe this satellite's actually still active. I know it had some problems, so its capabilities have decreased quite a bit over the years, but that happens with anything in space, radiation hitting it, and everything else. But so a lot of the images, this is how I saw it first, is Twitter, or X, and I was like, okay. And a lot of these posts didn't actually didn't include the source, and I was like, okay, come on, guys, like, could be imagery from somewhere in the desert of Africa. But then somebody actually posted it, and this is still not correct. it still looks like they did some shading. I think it's unique. I think it's interesting, but then I've seen the argument, and maybe we'll see it on here. Somebody talking. Let's see. Yeah, people have done rulers. I'm like, oh, okay, great.
Yeah, but that just biases your mind, right?
It does. It does. And like the one argument that's false on Twitter is that these shapes don't happen naturally in nature. I'm like, of course they do. They
Yeah.
really, really do. And like, what's that? Let me do it over here and find it. Then I'll just change the link. Scotland's famous for it, you know.
Yeah, it's according to winds and formation, everything else.
Oh yeah, I mean, and some rocks break really cleanly, you know, and that can happen, yeah, because of temperature differences and all sorts of stuff. Square structure or square natural locations.
I mean, where do you think humans got the ideas?
Yeah, right. You know, and now it's not it's not exactly a right angle either. There's you know the shadowings on the I'll pull up the one actually from NASA here in a second where and it's cool. The NASA one's cool. You can go in and look at it. All the imagery. Do you remember what those are called? I was trying to look it up yesterday. When they have the imagery, you know, the satellites today, you know, like actually my son who's Space Force, one of his jobs is doing that. Like they task the satellite, goes to where it needs to go, and it takes that strip of imagery. Do you remember what that strip's called? I can't remember.
No, we used to do it in Masson all the time too. You would have to get the strip.
Damn.
And
I can't find what I'm looking for that. But all right.
See, hang on.
Some of the natural, what do you call it? Natural square shapes in America or in the world, just to disprove that right off the bat. Like, if you see stuff like this and people make the argument these shapes don't happen in nature, that is not true. That is not. They do. And these lines, like, I mean, look at you have to consider. Let's say, in theory, there was a civilization on Mars, and they had an issue with obviously their ozone going away, right? Amongst other things, and they came to Earth, right? That would have been a long, long, long time ago, and just the natural erosion and the impact of radiation and dust, and because the Mars doesn't have dirt, it's a particulate, right? And it's very, very sharp. The thought that wouldn't have worn a structure down to zero is it's not likely, right? These have been modified again.
Yeah, it's just continuous strip photography.
Yeah, continuous strip. Okay. So I'm going to scoot over. Oh, sorry.
See how they've highlighted on the right picture there those areas, so your eye automatically goes to that and it biases your eye.
Yep.
So those aren't really right angles either. They're piled, and then they have this depth to them.
I just from like
it's windswept,
right, and imagery in that from like Africa and Iraq, Afghanistan. It doesn't look like rubble to me. It looks, I mean, it looks like some type of natural outcropping of rock, really, you know?
Yeah, I mean, if you look in the mountains of Iraq, I mean, Afghanistan, those outcroppings of rock, mountains anywhere, you look out west in America, it's the same thing.
And 230 meters. Okay. So it's not huge. Well, it's kind of huge, but
230 meters. I mean, for an exact straight line, what they're calling it is. And there you go, right?
yeah, yeah, yeah. That's without without anything else. And then once people find something in the strip, they find everything. You know what I mean?
Right.
That's
Yeah.
like, and that's not consistent. Like there's a lot of inconsistencies. Like I saw some guy say, "Well, that's the inside corner of one of the internal structures." I'm like, mm,
Well, I mean, even
mm,
if you go, there you go.
yeah,
This down at right by the heart at 56 by the
mhm,
likes, go down.
yep, yep, right
That
here.
opening there,
Hmm.
you can tell that there's probably a 10-meter spread like this,
Hmm.
and it's not evened up.
Right.
So
Oh
the
yeah,
more,
yeah. I see. Yeah.
yeah, the less resolution you get, the more you see the falsities in the image.
Mhm.
Um,
Let's go to the actual website. Oh wait. There we go.
oh, there's your strip imagery.
Yeah. So let me zoom out just a tad. So these are what the strips look like, right? And there's thousands of these types of
Hmm.
strips. And basically, when you go to a site like this, you have to zoom in. All this over here, oh shit, this is the imagery data. So this image time, this was taken. Actually, I thought this was 2000 or 1997, but this one's actually
Oh, one.
2001. So November 01. I don't know if
You're
that's the resolution date or what have you, but let me zoom in back in. Instrument. So that's the satellite,
locked
right?
in
That's the
a,
actual.
yeah,
Yeah.
Mars orbiter.
Yeah. Simple description. Uh, material within crater, and that's the lat long. Yep, and then crater. That's the crater lat long. So basically, everything you'd have in standard imagery is here. Uh, I'm guessing solar distance is distance from Earth. How long it takes light, the
Distance
distance
from the sun.
from the sun. Yeah. Angle, subsolar. I'm not familiar with that one, but that's the
Yeah, I
aspect.
don't know what that one is.
Okay, so on this side, everything's zoomable. I'm going to make this a lot bigger so everybody can see. Let's do it two different ways. Let's go here. Uh, all right. Yeah, that's not bad. It's not incredibly high resolution. Uh,
Sometimes it's preferred to not have
yeah,
too much resolution when
there we
you're
go. There it is.
analyzing.
And I
So you
think,
can see there's a slope, right? It's
yeah.
it's a sheer slope. So you've got this, you know, drop off of this rock outcropping, and then the winds have blown,
Hmm.
and you have this buildup of all this silt and everything. Enhance.
Enhance, right?
And there's none of that other stuff that they've drawn in there to
Yeah.
make you think. You have this triangular shape up, the right angle, quote unquote, up here um, at the top. But the rest is just kind of
Would the
imagined.
down would the down feed for this from the satellite be in binary? Would that be how it's transmitted back to Earth, binary?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So like another thing that just like that MJ brought it up earlier, and I have that on a different screen, but the face from I don't know early 2000s. Oh, look, it's another Sphinx. And then when they did synthetic aperture radar, it's called SAR. Uh, it was just it's so the satellite takes the imagery, and that imagery gets translated into binary code, and that code is sent back to Earth, and where it's rendered. So the image, it's not like a photograph. A lot of people, especially on Twitter, think that this is a
Yeah.
photograph. It is not a photograph at all.
Ones and zeros.
It's not even.
Ones and zeros.
Oh shit! Hold on. This is important. Give me 1 sec.
Okay.
I'm gonna go on mute.
Let's see. Hey, everybody. Hope everybody's doing well.
It's one of those automated messages from the school, but I had never seen that number. God damn it, those bastards.
Okay. Yeah, kind of makes you hard.
So the rendering process, right? Like some of the lines that are created are, it doesn't know what to do, but it has to do something, right? And some of those, the shadings up here, like that is not likely a line, you know, like
it could be a dark space, and
yeah, it could be a shadow, right? It could be shadowing, and it's very light.
If anybody remembers, as I do, dial up, right? And you would download a picture. It's the same thing, right? You get these weird spots in a picture that you download as it comes across in the lines, and it pixel at a time, load. It might miss a pixel. That might have an odd space in the line of the code. That's it.
People are also saying that this is quote unquote partially demolished pyramid or something.
I don't see it. I've looked at so much imagery, and I just don't see any of it.
Yeah, I think this is natural in some way. And it's like, okay, so let me make this all smaller. Oops.
I mean, you know, if you had your druthers, you'd have access to the 3D imagery, and you could turn it and measure it and everything else. But
and you can look at the stuff around it too. It's like, okay, so it's built in a crater, first off, right? That's, I mean, open page in new window. Let's try that. Okay, good. It's working. Great.
Yeah, there we go.
All right, so all these red lines in here. Let me make this a little bigger for everybody. These are all the imagery tracks where imagery has been taken on Mars in the vicinity of the one we were just looking at, right? So you can, I think this one's the one, but you can basically click on any, and then you have it right here. And so you can explore around, like, you know, is there a civilization that's going to, like, you know, make a temple on the side of a mountain? I don't think so, right? Like, I mean, why?
That actually kind of looks like Masada.
And see, here's more lines, and people are going to say, well, that's obviously a wall. It's like, okay, then why'd you put a wall around a mountain? Like,
it's a desert.
4 miles long. Yeah.
It's a mountain. Yeah. Oh, there's a yurt.
Where do you, right here? Or?
No, right. Go down to your left. The yurt. No, not that far. Right. Go right, slightly to your right, slightly. There's your yurt.
Yeah. Okay, gotcha.
Or your roundhouse.
Roundhouse, yeah. Somebody said maybe
that's
one.
the.
Yeah, oh, yeah. Well, actually, this is the same one. I mean, that was crazy.
Pyramid.
I hit the same one. I didn't mean to do that. Yeah. Let's try something completely otherwise.
At the top of the crater.
Oh yeah, let's do that. If it'll let me. Why are you not? Do I have it on? Select. Yeah.
There you go.
There we go. Yeah.
Ooh, that's nasty. That's nasty.
Yeah, this one's all. See these lines? Right? That's from the render, right? I don't,
Yep.
well, here, let me see if I can zoom in so everybody can see that a little better. Yeah. Yeah.
It's denim. It's denim,
Yeah.
baby.
Looks kind of like denim.
Yeah.
Like anything with an angle, people freak out. You
Yeah.
know? Let's try this one.
That one looks a little better.
Well, and I imagine it's a bunch of different years and a bunch of different
Yeah.
software updates. You know, they have no need to go back and.
Uh-oh, there's a flock of things down in that
Oh yeah, see, that's
valley.
alive. That's a
Yeah.
forest. Get it right, dude. Trees on Mars. These things people freak out about.
Yeah. Dune.
Yeah,
It's a Spice Depots, baby.
Spice Depot.
And see, that's just a sheer cliff,
Yep.
just
Yep.
all the way.
Yeah, it is. I mean, if anything, like the thing that gets me about this type of imagery is a lot of these things do look like dry riverbeds, right?
Mhm.
Like that's
Yeah, that there was possibly water there.
Yep.
Oh, look, near the river, there was cities there.
These and this,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, those
And
big worms are coming.
you see this on Earth,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know, from
I
the
mean, we
winds.
saw it. We saw it in the desert all the time, right? You get the sandstorms,
Mhm.
and the desert would change.
I mean, it would be cool to see in person, but
Oh man, yeah. What?
let's try this one. Completely different. Let's see. It's well, is it grainy up
It's
close?
not as bad.
Not as bad. I mean, to me, it
So you
seems like
got
Mars. What do you see?
just the Mars, the craters from
Impacts.
strikes. Yeah.
There are some really. I don't know where they are. Oh, that's kind of
Ooh,
interesting.
look at
That
that.
is
That's
cool.
nice. Oh, that's cool.
And these dots look like gaps, right? They look like some type of gaps in the formatting. You can see actually this. I can't pull it in anymore, but like there's that square right there.
Mm-hmm.
That's another example. It's almost like it has to shade it a certain way for this,
Yeah.
and some of that shading is pixelated, so
Misleading.
it's in a square. Yeah. Some of the impacts on Mars, though, it's like it's a
There's
guy who's
some.
an ast. Yeah. Right. That's interesting. Yeah. The one guy he found, so most impacts on Earth and Mars and the Moon, like their circular thing goes in, or the trajectory is what it's supposed to be. So it goes in and it makes a circular crater.
Mm-hmm.
This guy's on the Moon and on Mars. He's found ones that probably were interstellar objects. They came in a different azimuth or a trajectory, and so they
Yeah.
hit sideways and created a different
Like a
type of
drag
crater.
mark.
Yeah, it was
See, there's
wild.
another example of something that at that peak. See
Mhm.
the
Right here.
very
Yep.
yeah, right there. People would
Say that's a monument
misjudge. Yeah.
of some sort. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And this one, actually, you know what? These lines, these are probably the strips of the binary, just
Yeah.
visualized.
Yeah, yeah. As it's bringing in your ones and zeros, coming down, coming down, coming down. It's a very slow process.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Good craters there.
Yeah. There's something happened here. Oops.
Yeah. Couldn't
Let's
pull up the artifact data.
do this little one. This little guy right here. Oh, this one's shit. Looks like. Or is it?
No, it's just
it's all right.
just pockmarked
Yeah.
section.
Yeah, that's the other thing. You got circle here, circle here, circle here, circle here.
What's up,
Maybe a
Heavy
circle
D?
here. Oh,
Richard
what up?
AT.
Big dick.
Yeah.
Let's see. Let's go. So this, I can't remember which one was which, but I'm going to try this one. Oh, wait, let me go. Let me go by what did I do? Oh, it's got 2 on it. Okay. Okay. That's
Oh,
interesting.
cool.
Right here. Nope. I'll just
No,
click it
that's
again.
the one. Yeah.
Oh, we've already seen this one, I think, with the
Yeah.
oh, maybe not. Oh, that's a little different.
Nope.
Hadn't seen
Yeah.
that before.
It's an air station, man.
So I assume that your opinion is it's just rendering that's making it look like a
Yeah.
square. It's not actually me
Yeah, I
too.
don't.
Me too. I just think okay, it's like, is it possible that there was something living on Mars? Sure. Yeah. I mean, how advanced would they have to have been to get to Earth? And then how many? I mean,
Yeah. I mean, look at where we are in.
that's pretty weird, but it's kind of cool.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, that's a
I mean, it's almost like
strange
something
way
you'd
for
see in
that to have developed.
like the Sierra Nevada, like, right?
Mhm.
You know, like,
Yeah. Just unexplained how that rock formation was developed.
huh, that's really interesting. Let's try this one.
I mean, if you look at it as evidence of a civilization, we're looking at a civilization that is roughly as advanced as Afghanistan.
Right. Right.
Because that's what I would equate that compound, if it were one,
Mhm.
to.
You know, there's obviously iron. You know, Mars, the red planet.
Yeah.
You would think if you were an advanced civilization that could travel through space, right, and colonize a new planet, like you'd probably build with the things you have around you. I mean, obviously, we know
Right.
there's tons of rock on Mars, but there's also tons of iron. And you would think at some point somebody would have a fire on the ground, and it would just maybe melt just a little piece. They're like, "Ooh, look what that did to the ground."
Yeah.
You know, like there's stuff in there that melts. You know. Yeah, I think it's natural. MJ wanted
I mean,
to see the face. I'm gonna pull that up real quick. Let's see.
I just don't see there would be more.
There would be more, right?
Yeah.
So actually, I went in. I'm glad I went in this because um, fucking oh, here we go. Yeah. So I forgot when that was. I think it was 90s, right? When this image
Or
was taken.
before.
Yep.
I think the face on Mars was before then.
Yeah. Well, that freaked people out for quite some
Yeah.
time. I think I was in grade school, right? And so then new imagery. But oh yeah, here's what it actually looks like. You know. So you know it is deceiving, right? Because
Yeah.
technology wasn't great back then. I bet it's the same with the other imagery too. If the square, I bet if they ran that original the original binary through modern.
1976.
Oh, is that when that one was from? The
Mm-hmm.
face? Wow. Okay. Well.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's what it actually looks like. So, you know,
Moon bats. Top top. Yeah,
and
nut looks nothing like.
no, it really doesn't. And what it was is probably shadowing. Like you could see this
Mhm.
crevice of some sort right here.
Well, again, you know,
Yeah.
can you imagine the binary? How long it took
Oh
in
yeah, yeah.
1976?
I mean, they probably had rooms of people doing sections of it at a time.
Yeah. Oh my God, is that Kimmy's nipple?
Oh, where? Here it is. Ew.
That's the
Gross.
hair. Oh man.
What are people saying here? Rock formation that resembles a crude drawing of a bear. That's not a bear.
Okay,
Oh,
bear
oh, I
face.
see. It's the bear face.
Ah, come on.
Really? Come on, guys. That's interesting, though.
Yeah, that looks
Oh, it's
pretty
metallic.
cool. Yeah, that almost looks like a
It, yeah,
burnout smelted area.
right.
I'd be more interested in that than a stupid bear's face. Oh, that smiley face.
Yeah, it's pretty fun.
Yeah.
I haven't gone this. Oh,
Oh my God.
yeah.
Oh man. So all the black dots have to be
Let's do. And people are saying, let's see, what is it called? Mars obelisk.
oh yeah. The crusty clam. Yep.
Wait, how do you spell obelisk? Fuck.
OBI,
OBI.
right?
Obo. No,
That's not right either.
nope, nope, nope.
No,
I'll just
OBILISK, right? Shit, I don't know. I'm dumb.
hold on. Obelisk. Oh, OBELISK.
Oh,
Come on. It's not an obelisk. Oh, here we go. Here's one of them.
there you
Yeah,
go.
yeah. Ah, early release 2000. There's a marker thing that's very large. Keep getting Washington movement overlay. It's like an obelisk. Let's zoom this in so everybody can see a little better. Oops. It's like I'm in the middle of a huge circular basin of the range of mountains by almost all the way around. Very ragged mountains, very tall. Basin's very, very, very large. Scale seems to be off or something. It's just really big. Everything's big. So that's telling me that they know there's a mistake, you know.
Yeah.
And then there's another one that got like 4 of them in a row. It's stupid. Come on. Let's try media. There's one. There's one on here. The guy zooms in on the same imagery, and he's like, "How the hell they get an Amazon data center on Mars?" You know?
Bezos, man, he can do whatever.
Well, if you're that rich, you can do whatever you want.
Yeah.
Uh, yeah, that sucks. Oh well, here's another one. Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't, I don't know. It doesn't make any sense, compared to the surroundings. You know.
I mean, yeah, and what is the angle of the satellite?
Mm-hmm.
Where's the sun? Obviously, the sun's on the face. So I don't know. That's not.
Mars structures. Let's do that one again. See these crazy people. Some people are pretty sure of it, right? They're 100% sure.
Yeah.
Here's the one with multiple in a row. Okay, this one says these three perfectly spaced towers are each nearly 1 mile tall and are located in a region of Mars known as Terra Meridiani. That exact area near the Martian equator was chosen as a landing spot for NASA's Curiosity rover. Just a coincidence, nothing to worry about. Yeah. But you didn't post a link. Like, where's the original? You know?
Yeah. Okay, so you
And
gotta.
although it's not, it's kind of cool, right?
Mm-hmm.
The imagery is not good enough to tell an angle, right? Because it looks rounded. Like that one,
Yeah,
they
and
all look rounded. You know?
they're not perfectly in line either.
No,
Not to be a stickler or anything. And a mile high.
I mean,
It you would so if you had 3 mile high, there would be infrastructure around it.
mhm. Yeah, the center of gravity would be you'd have to have a structure under it if
Yeah.
it's not natural. You know. Oh, people are really focused. Oh, here we go. Here's some good ones. Let's see. Most of these have been doctored, I bet. See if I can zoom in on that. Oops. Oh, that's it.
Yeah, there would be more if that was a thing.
Mm-hmm. Well, and I also think, like if NASA thought it was real, they'd send something to go check it out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, I mean, if Curiosity landed there, then
I mean, they
that would
would.
have been the first thing they would have shown. Oh, no, but NASA's part of the cabal. I forgot.
Oh, of course, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I also think if it was really a cabal and they wanted to not let the public know, right? They would shut all this shit off immediately, right? So you
Yeah.
couldn't go back if they found something they believed to be actual evidence of the proof of extraterrestrial life previously on Mars. We wouldn't have it. They would put a shit ton of resources in it to not let anybody know that.
Right. But
What
they're
are those?
trying to fake you out.
This looks like it's stretched a little bit. This one, it's kind of weird. This guy's a nutbag.
Oh
I
yeah,
forgot
the
his
doctor,
doctor. Yeah,
some freaking orthopedic surgeon who gave it all up to be a
conspiracy theorist. You know,
yes.
and he said like, oh my god, yeah, he's 20 videos all
He's
on his
like
own.
Bob Lazar Jr.
He always says stuff. He's like, I can show you things. It's like, why are you keeping?
Do
If
it.
this is such a big deal, show everybody. You know, but he's made millions not
Oh yeah.
showing people. We're just waiting for the right time. I bet you are, pal. Yeah, I've seen this one before. Hold on. What's the what do they call those?
That looks like
Mars
glacial flow.
glass tunnels. I'm really shooting from the hip here. Oops.
Oh, is that what they call them?
Yeah. Oh, here we go. Yep. So
That's
they're
where the
saying this is
sandworms are.
yeah, exactly. I mean, we know that, but they're saying this is a tube, and those are like the reinforcements around it. I'm like,
Mm.
I don't know what it is.
Obviously, people who never dug a ditch.
Yeah.
Where you at,
Right.
Spartan?
Yeah. Here we go. Yeah. Here's massive light. That luminescence looks. That's not luminescence, you know. That's,
No, it's not. It's just reflective.
And one thing I hate about all this is there's no size indicator, right? We don't know whether this is 1,000 meters long or, you know, I imagine it's trick of the eye.
Closer view shows featureless tampering moving up into and between the lines of structures.
Okay. Well, there we go. I wonder if that's real.
The Curiosity rover cruising Mars recently snapped. That doesn't even look at the right line of the quote unquote doorway.
Mm-hmm.
That looks not, it doesn't. If it makes my eye go wonky, I don't believe it.
And you can actually see,
unless I can.
I don't know if you can see it on the screen there, but on mine, it's got these lines that go all the way up. It looks like one of those lines from the imagery, where it's spliced together. It's interesting. Oh, so that's what it is, huh? Okay. I think it's beautiful. Yeah, here's the other one. Yeah, I don't remember where I saw this initially, but you know, try to target an area where you can unravel the mystery of the glass tubes on Mars. Well, if it was glass, it would reflect. Glass, metals, they reflect differently. So also, let me actually go back to different types of. Let me go back to. I'll just go to this run. I don't remember which one it is. Is it? Same one. Let me scroll down. Make everything. Oops.
No, Toker, that's what we're complaining about. There's a zero scale that.
Yeah. I found it the other day. I don't know how to get back to it, but let me see. There's other, because this is just the visual image. There's like SAR and a few others. It might be chassis. That I thought was interesting too. Well, actually, maybe let me try that product ID. Do they have a product ID? Let's see.
Maybe image ID.
Image ID. Let's try that. Yeah. Get products. Let's see. No. Get products. No. Oh shit! I didn't mean to do that.
Yeah, you already did that.
Yeah. One of them had a list that was pretty cool. There's different sensors that were used in that different specific.
Oh, that'd be cool.
So let's try glossary because that would make sense, right?
Damn it, Wally! Just look at the metadata.
Just look at the metadata. Who put that? Thanks,
breakers.
Fucking MJ. Huh. Metadata is life, bud. Metadata is life. Yeah. Yeah. Nope. I don't have anything to search.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like you already have to know viewing conditions. I haven't clicked any of these. I wonder what's due. I don't know. I'm going to check out something else. 32 pixels a degree. Okay. Oh, all right. All right. Just got to do it slow. Damn,
Ooh, that's a lot of image.
that's a lot. Let's go. The base plate almost looks like SAR as well. You know,
Yep.
I probably is. Okay,
Yeah, the
that's interesting.
pixelation's insane.
Yeah, really pixelated. Not new. Not new imagery. It's not bad. This looks like what's the IR where they do it?
The
Where
reverse
it's
polarity
they
IR.
reverse. Yeah, yeah, yep.
See what that is a 1,000-foot forest, and then that's just a empty spot where they cut down all the trees.
Yeah, because they have a little bubble in there that creates oxygen,
Yeah.
and they generate their own water.
Yeah.
You know. Oh wait, base layer. Okay. Let's see what this does. Oh, way too close for yeah.
Yeah.
Way too close.
Yeah, there we
I don't know
go.
what that is. I don't
Cleans
know what
that up.
ASU.
I don't
You
know.
know what that? I don't know. Yeah, I have no idea. I don't know space. Let me zoom out and see if there. I don't think it's giving me the option for like a different, for like a different imagery based on that. I know that it is available. I just don't know where. Venus Night IR.
Yeah, I mean, it would be cool to see the. Yeah, that's what I was talking about earlier. Woodrow is needing to know where the sun is, angle of the satellite when it was taken, angle of Mars when it was taken. Um, so many things you have to take into variable. When you're doing imagery.
There's no the one. I guess one of the big differences is there's no humidity on Mars. You know.
Good point.
Yeah.
You got a single strip in there.
Yeah, down here.
Those jagged peaks are interesting. That would be cool to have more imagery on.
Where up was that north?
No, those dark spots.
Oh, these ones
So
right here.
those are, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that is very interesting. So, from an imagery perspective, here's a good question. Like, what do you think would be an indicator? Like, what would convince you if you saw it? Like, okay, that's not natural. What's the criteria for that?
Let me think. Are you talking about an ancient civilization that, I mean, remember, we can find ancient civilizations here on Earth based on traffic patterns uh, going back thousands of years. So we could pick up cart paths, vehicle paths, anything. We'd be able to pick up if they had like a airport or something. We'd be able to pick that up in in a historical imagery perspective,
what?
you can see these things under the surface using IR, thermal, SAR, Massent. Yeah, LiDAR. LiDAR is really good for doing that. So we can see ancient travel patterns. There we go.
Let's do.
I mean,
Yeah,
that's
LiDAR is
a lot of
amazing.
how we
really
find new ancient civilizations nowadays.
Well, so here's some of these are great examples. Well, like what would we recognize on Mars of an ancient civilization, right? Look to Egypt,
Yep.
look to the Amazon, right? Like, you know, those are obviously
Temples.
constructed temples, right? It doesn't fit in the landscape. There's other infrastructure around it that makes sense. Let me go to images. And
well, even on that one, you can see the foundations even.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Roadways, courtyards. Let's see. Who built this?
Go to the Daily Express. Well, it was on those images.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
That you were just at. Yeah. If you go, oh, I lost it. Let's see.
Here, right here. This one.
Yes. Let's see if it shows that.
It's Bolivia.
There we go. This was sonar, I think.
Oops.
Oh, no, it's LiDAR.
It's LiDAR. Yeah. Yep.
So look to the left, and then you look to the LiDAR. This is what you can see. You can see your networks, your travel networks, and everything else. Now, if there was an advanced, fully capable civilization on Mars, you'd expect to be able to see any of this. That's a Minecraft image, or is it? Allegedly in LiDAR craft.
So I grew up about 20 minutes from Cahokia, and my hometown had a.
I'm sure it's there.
Oh yeah, 100%. I don't know if you were watching one of the videos I did before, but I'll show you something from Cahokia actually, or from the Cahokia people, Mississippian. Go off this real quick. Stop share. All right. And boom, boom, boom. So my dad found this in the yard. He was transplanting a tree.
Cool.
It's convex on this side.
Yeah.
Got these weird ripples down at the bottom, and you can see those. It's definitely there for a purpose, right? This one's got little circles. That side, kind of interesting. And then this side has the scratch marks. Where's the scratch marks?
That's on
scratch
the front.
marks. Yeah.
Almost like a maker's mark or something.
Almost. I was thinking sharpening, but it's like it's not deep enough to carry. You're not going to carry like anything in there, you know?
Yeah.
Like unless it's
I
like
was
really
looking
rare.
at it, thinking it was like some kind of smelting thing for metals or something.
Could be. I mean, it's really small.
Yeah.
Right. And this is like this is like a harder sandstone. Right. It's if you put it in fire hot enough to melt metal, I think it would I think it would break it right away, But it could be ancient. That's what one of the archaeologists told me down at the Cahokia Mountains Museum. He was like, "Holy shit, haven't seen anything like that." And I was like, "What the fuck?" That's not the answer I was looking for. Now, let me share this again. This is really cool. Present, share screen. Okay. Yeah, LiDAR. There's another one. I can't remember. Like the one with the walkways, it sees. Oh shit! Really, dickhead. There we go. There's one that sees soil density, and that's the
Right.
only way they can. They found like Lath Erickson's first uh, the settlement that was in Canada on the
Oh
coast,
yeah, yeah,
because they
yeah. The
didn't use
Nova Scotia.
yeah, Nova Scotia. That's right. Yep. They didn't use stone and bricks. They used a sod type material. And that's how they built their walls. But they can see the densities different because the way that gas emits out of the earth or something like that. I was like, that's really interesting.
Yeah,
Yeah, these are cool. These are some of those like ceremonial
yeah.
walkways. And even if with those radar
You would
systems,
expect to see that coming back
yeah.
from any of the planets.
Well, here's my thought with the Mars stuff, right? I mean, a lot of it's just this. It's not dirt, like I said, and it's also not sand, but it does blow, right?
Mm-hmm.
If this was under on the surface and it was just happened to be covered up right now, because same thing happens in Egypt and the Sahara Desert all the time. There's a lot of eyes on Mars. Somebody would have seen it, like
Yeah,
for sure. Like if you saw that on Mars imagery, you'd be like, "What the fuck?"
exactly.
Like because we can look at this and we can be like, "Oh, yep, people built that. That's really cool."
And if you take the whole of the Earth, right, and you see all of these networks, and it all becomes clear, right, that there's been civilization here on every continent,
Oops.
and as photographed as Mars is from space, you would see it.
Yeah, just like
Mm-hmm.
I think it's the I think it's the immediate apparent aspect that served a purpose. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like that meant something to the people a long time ago. This is in the Amazon. Okay. Yeah. See if there's any more. Nope. That's good. Yeah, lighters are amazing. They're using it in the UK to find these old castles that have been,
Mm-hmm.
leveled basically. Is the substructure still there? Actually, hey, where's let's look up. I'm gonna look up LiDAR and Cahokia Mountains. Cahokia. Oh. God damn it. LiDAR Cahokia Mounds. Oh yeah. Yeah, how about that?
Yep.
Oh yeah. Wait, that's great stuff. That's Monk's Mound. Let's do this one first. That's Monk's Mound. That's the biggest mound in Cahokia is called Monk's Mound.
Okay.
It's research St. Louis University. And you can see one of the SLU buildings from the top. The view on top is really, really awesome. But didn't have as much as I thought. Shit. Okay. This one's interesting. Okay, visit. I like pictures because pictures are pretty. Fine, I'll accept your cookies.
They're they're definitely easier to tell a story instead of getting into the
Oh, talking about LiDAR with no pictures. That was just a tease. God damn it.
yeah. Saw UAV a lot, so that
If you, it's Hey MJ, correct me if I'm wrong. Look at Wally coming out with receipts. uh, if you're ever in, what is this? Hold on. I'll download that real quick. We'll see what's there. Well, okay. Let's see if this will go. Good. Okay. Yeah. So this is maybe 10 to 15 minutes from DC. The Mississippi's pretty much right there. The Mississippi, when it floods, comes all the way to Cahokia. I've heard that probably played some type of factor in why they left the area. So, like, one thing I do know about the Indians who were there, they're now what we know as the Ozark Indians, at least part of them, but they were a mix of different Indians. It wasn't just like one tribe, it became a hub. So you got the Missouri River, you got the Mississippi. It's pretty easy to walk across to Illinois, for the most part. Yeah, this is really cool though. Let's see if I can zoom in. God damn it, why do I keep hitting the wrong button? Shit. There we go. Yeah, I wonder if it's in this picture. There's a henge. It's called, what do they call it? Log henge, maybe? But you know what? I didn't even show. Here, let's do this. Take off LiDAR real quick. It's got a bigger base than the Giza pyramid.
Yeah, I mean that is freaking huge.
Yeah, it's big. It's really big. A lot of steps. It's pretty big on top too. I don't know exactly, but I'd say it's more than a few football fields. Yeah, that's a better right now image. I'll post some on my post. Last time the kids and I and I think my sister and both my parents were there.
But you can see with everything, like even in the Amazon pictures, that you can see through years and years of growth.
Sorry.
The evidence of civilization, not just a building here and a building there over, I don't even know how many hundreds and hundreds of miles.
So previously unknown. It's with some of these new civilizations, everybody died,
Yeah.
Like there was nobody to pass on the knowledge of those areas 2,000 years ago, and so on and so forth. And so nobody even knew to look, right? Like
exactly. But that's what I'm saying about Mars, right? You can find this stuff using the imaging technology, and it would be evident in the pictures.
Well, and like stuff from ancient Egypt, where they're like, oh well, the Sphinx is way older. It's like, well, that's possible, sure. It's got the water erosion, and you have guys who are not UFO folks who are saying like, okay, well, that's water erosion. When was the last time it was really wet and wet for a long time? Okay, well, that's scientific in my opinion. But yeah, like this is a great example, right? Let me zoom in. It's the people who built this thought about it, right?
Where is that?
And in this case, it kind of looks like erosion took over later, but because you wouldn't have a walkway through like a big crevice or something like that. That might have been post construction,
Yeah, or irrigation.
And this was Ecuador, so
yeah. So we're talking the Andes. Come on, Pod from Mars.
Let's see. Sorry, I haven't been paying attention to the chat. You can ignore me.
I just look over and see.
I mean, I don't think so. Like, I knew an Indian growing up, and his parents were both Indian, so he was like pure, and they always claimed that they were from the land, like that the area where they live now. His was Ode the Blue Fire Moon was his Indian name. Which I think I can't remember. Well, Mark or Dave, I can't remember, but you know, he like I was like, well, which name in there is your last name? Like that's so cool. But you know, yeah, I so here's my thought, right? Like a species has to leave Mars because of it's dying. It obviously died, right? And there's probably enough scientific evidence there was flowing water, right? If
Mhm.
there's flowing water, you can. They know there used to be some type of ozone layer, right? And still, I mean, the one of the first images from the rover, the sky's blue. You know, there's still some resemblance of the of an ozone. It's just what is the core doesn't spin fast enough to maintain the magnetism that's needed to maintain a ozone or something like that. I can't remember, but exactly. But it's got something to do with it, the core spinning, which creates the magnetosphere. You know.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know what it would be, but still, I mean, we all make assumptions that a civilization looks like us, behaves like us, needs oxygen to breathe. Hell, they could breathe,
Oops.
you know, just
Yeah.
like any other alien in a movie, right?
I'm gonna try to pull up my Instagram real quick. I was gonna show something else from Cahokia. Will let me. Shit. If I can. One thing I found in what was in my town, I think it was a little it was a bunch south. It's called the Shawnee National Forest. Place called
Hmm.
Camp Onasunk. Either I found it in my house in the yard or I found it in the creek. We have two creeks in my yard. They're really small, but uh oh nope, not gonna log in there. Let's see
Hmm.
Facebook. But it was a obsidian arrowhead.
Oh,
The
okay.
closest we looked this up, me and Techramonger a couple weeks ago. Like the closest obsidian is like central Montana. So, um,
Hell of a move.
but yeah, so I would expect thinking that if there was a civilization on Mars and then left for Earth, we would see the same remnants of the same type of things that to us are 12,000 years old now, which would
Right.
probably be like Gobekli Tepe. Like that's the oldest that we know
Hmm.
of, at least. Circles with the reliefs. Circles were a big structure because they were easy. You could take a vine or you could take a string that you made, right? And you can make a pretty perfect circle or close
Yep.
enough, you know. Not not super hard to do. Uh, let's see. Yeah, this is a really cool ship. Oh, check your notification. Okay, god damn it. Security comes at a cost, right?
Yes, it does.
Da, da, da. Check. Oh, check my Facebook. Uh, come on. Well, I guess there's nothing there. Okay, somebody's trying to log in. No shit, it's me. Yes, it's me. Try another way. Sorry, you guys can't see this. I know this is. Oh, I can do two. Fuck.
Please, Michael
God.
Rakers, please provide your MFA semen sample.
Oh, it worked. So how do I get to Instagram from here? Fuck. Okay, sorry, I'm looking on the other screen so it doesn't just drive people nuts. Or menu? Can I just go to Instagram from menu? I don't know. I'm not on these much anymore. INSTA. Fuck. Let me try this. INFTAGRAM. Okay, wrong Instagram. That's the $1 tampon club, not the one I was looking for. Okay. Let me just type in Coke. Yeah. Let's see if I have it in mind. HOKIA. Yep. Oh, and if you ever go to the Cahokia Mountains, Cahokia is a real shithole. Okay. So, like, if it looks like a shitty gas station and you shouldn't go there, don't. You don't. You. No bueno. And no offense if you're from there, but you know, it's just how it is. Give me just 1 second. I'm just going through real quick. I mean, I got fucking thousands of pictures. John Pray there. Okay. I'll go into albums real quick. Maybe I made an album. Let's see. Photos. Oh, I didn't. Albums. Okay. Damn it. I probably should have thought of this before, but I didn't. Well, I didn't expect to end up talking about Cahokia at all. So, albums. Can I search my own shit? Or how does that work? Posts. What's on your mind? Facebook being a piece of shit. All right, well, F that. I'm not going to worry about that. I am going to go off. Stop sharing. So, yeah, that's pretty cool. It's pretty laid back, outside of the norm thing to look at, right? You know, if people are freaking the fuck out about it, man. Like, you know,
I mean,
like,
if you don't think about it logically, it's easy to fly off the handle, especially when people highlight things and darken things to make it look a certain way. And then don't think about logically, okay, if there was a civilization there, it would look something similar. I mean, civilizations all over have similar structure, right?
right.
And they're comparing it to structure of the earth. So you have to go back and look at the earth and see how structure is, and it just doesn't follow to me. But I could be wrong. I've been wrong.
I mean, we could both be wrong, but
Yeah.
I don't, it doesn't, you know, it really doesn't, it doesn't seem like there's anything to their claims, you know, like,
well, there's no veracity, right? It's just trust me, bro stuff. I've made a line here and a line there. Skibbity.
Yeah. Well, it's also not very skibbity riz. Okay, Turbo Slayer. I wonder if that's one of my kids. God damn it.
I'm just skibbity is something I said in high school.
Did you really?
Yeah.
Because it's new. It's back.
Oh, is it?
Oh, yeah, yeah. They call it, they say skibbity riz. Oh, yeah.
It was always skibbity doo.
My 8-year-old says it all the time.
Oh, my Lord.
And riz is basically like saying charisma. Like,
yeah.
But I have no idea what skibbity means. But yeah, no, skibbity's a real damn thing again. So.
Oh, my God.
I know.
Hey, welcome from 40 years ago almost.
Right. Taking it too far, buddy. Taking it too far. And giggity. Libido toilet. Ohio. At some point I'll do a video on it. The Gen Z terms or Gen Alpha. Ohio skibbity riz. And like our generation kind of has some filters. Like there's some things we won't say on the internet. Just it'd take a lot, right? Not them. The shit that comes out of my 8-year-old's mouth. And he'll catch himself because when he's on the VR, he's there. He's actually in that world. And he'll say something like, "You motherfucker," and we're like, and then he like looks up under, and we're like, "Yeah, we're sitting right here, pal." You know.
Oh my
Ohio's the big
goodness.
one. Like whatever, Ohio. You know, like Ohio's like the bad word now, which is kind of fun.
Yeah.
But yeah, my wife texted me. We got some food, and
Hell
we've
yeah.
been on over an hour. I didn't think it would even go this long, to be honest with you. But
No, I didn't either. But I mean, I'll go down some imagery rabbit hole anytime. So
yeah, it's pretty cool though. Like, I mean, it's beautiful, right?
yeah.
Like, there's never been a time in history, except for the past 50 years, maybe, where we are able to actually, other than the moon, like see the surface of another planet. And I think that's really cool. I think
Yeah. And in
it's
the
just like
kind of
nature.
resolution.
And nature's amazing, right? Like, I mean,
Hmm.
I don't remember if there's any active volcanoes on Mars, but you know, like Io, Europa, a couple of
Yeah.
the Saturn moons have some active volcanoes that have some just crazy, you know, it's really crazy. It's really bad imagery, but nobody in history has ever seen that, you know, and I think that's really cool. But it's really beautiful to see. I don't think there's glass tunnels on Mars. I don't think there's remnants of these square buildings, right?
No.
And if the government believed it, if the government really thought that some one of those was artificially, and maybe not humans, right? You can't really say like, you know, human built, but like if NASA, if the government thought that that was actually going on, I think we wouldn't know about it, and I think there'd be a lot more influence, a lot more. Let's get to Mars right now. Like that would be a
Yeah.
priority, you know.
Yeah. It's kind of
So,
like when you admit that there's UAPs,
mhm.
um, and you don't want people to look at what's going on over the skies. Uh,
Yep.
you just admit that 50 years ago there was something unidentified and tubular shaped. If you want to know what a
Let's look at
tubular shaped flying
yeah,
object, look up tacit blue.
passive blue.
Yep, TACIT blue.
Okay. Oh wow. Okay. Damn. What the hell? Your screen. Okay. So low observable. That's crazy.
Yeah,
I've never seen a plane like that. Is this? Oh, 1996. Okay. So
yeah.
this is like a Gen 1, like a first
Oh
generation
no,
for
it's
this type of thing.
yeah.
Wow. Okay. That's pretty wild,
So
right?
yeah,
Was this your surveillance?
yeah.
Yeah. Surveillance
And to
platform.
test low observable shit, and you notice how a bunch of drones have the same
Yeah.
fuselage height.
Yeah. I was about to say the swept wing in the back, the tail fin, the
Hmm.
swept tail fin.
Yeah. So
It's
a lot of
big.
yeah.
I mean, that's global hawk size, pride size.
Fuselage, yeah. The wings were stubby.
Yeah, little guys. Yeah, that's interesting. Yeah, that's pretty cool. I'm gonna look
Yeah.
up something real quick, just because it got me thinking. Because you mentioned UAP, so now we got to go look at one, right?
Oh, okay.
UAP Iraq uh, drone video. Not the jellyfish. Not the jellyfish. Let me go to YouTube. Bum, ba, ba. Ba, 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 ba. Uh, I think it was Iraq. Let's take out Iraq.
Well, you, yeah.
Maybe it was still UFOs back then. Nope, not the gimbal. Drone captures. There it is. This one. Yep. Yep. Here we go. There's no sound. So, yeah. Oh, why'd they fuck? Oh, no, they didn't. Okay. Okay. They're just blurping out the, there it is. So that's weird, right? And that's one of ours. That's one of our assets, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that's it. I think there's a couple second longer one. Yeah, first time I saw that, I was like, what the goddamn, you know, it's like, holy shit, you know. But
That stuff is just like,
yeah. But like, this is obviously our forces are doing positive identification on some type of target. They're making sure there's not kids. That's what this is right now. They're doing surveillance. And then all of a sudden they're like, uh-oh, and like a lot of eyes on this shit. You know what I mean? Yeah, that's wild. That one blows my mind because I'm like, okay, there's nothing shaped like that. Yeah. What's the yeah, that's I think that's it for today. Yeah, that's wild, man. We could talk about this shit all day, but
yes, we can.
And he's looking. This is clear view too. He on the other ones you can see the FLIR systems on, like, let's say an F-18 Eagle, Strike Eagle.
Yeah, on lantern pods and lightning pods. Yeah.
Yeah, and it tells you what you're actually looking at, like white IR, black IR, and they can circle through the different variations to see heat, direction, speed, all that stuff's on the screen. And they can talk in a jet, at least. I'm sure in the UAV as well. You know, they can toggle through all that.
Mm-hmm.
Different sensors. It's not. I think it's pretty rare that one of those pods is just one specific sensor.
That hasn't happened since the early '90s. You would have to switch out, or when they like the Pumas or the Ravens. You early on in those days, the hand launched ones, you would have to choose between EO or IR.
Is that more of a size issue?
Yeah, it was a size issue back then because you couldn't gimbal anything that small then.
I'm gonna have to do some asking around. We had one that was we had a sensor that we were the first group to use for targeting, dynamic targeting against explosives, and I don't know.
What's that?
What
was that?
It was a sensor that they put on. It was actually on a. It was a spectral analysis.
We were doing Y stuff at the same time.
Oh, FFYY99. What?
No, what?
What? Oh,
I was talking about me and you doing a AFRLY gyro at the same time.
Sorry.
We just didn't know it.
Yeah. I just don't want to say anything because I want to ask to make sure it's not like super duper classified, because when it first came out, it was. But you know, that's the other thing they're using other than LiDAR is that multispectral, but the gas that some of these, and I wanted to say it was a nano, a nanogram, and they thought that the sensor was broken. They thought it just wasn't good, but it was just too high, just like a small little speck of dust on the road. It was like, fuck. And then we figured out that's not a mistake. It's like, don't drive there right now. Like, and you know, somebody would go out with Miclics or fire the 40 from a gunship, you know?
Yeah.
And watch the secondaries and all that, and that was pretty fucking awesome to see. That's like I was doing really good. I had like about a 90% success rate, and then once that sensor came into the country, I was like,
Yeah,
they're
it's
like,
all over.
talk to Wally, he knows. And I was
Yeah.
like, follow me, I know the way. You know, one of those crazy time in my life. I miss that shit though. That was
Yeah, I do too.
2010 to 12 was the best deployments I had. You know. But yeah, man, I think it's a good time to wrap it up.
Yeah.
For
Yeah.
everybody in who came to watch us fuck around for an hour and a half, you know, appreciate that. Kind of cool, you know. It's nice to talk about something that's not full of hate, right? Like, I mean, I enjoy it. It's a nice break. If you're not following G2 briefs, you know, you should be. Do you have? Did I give you permission to like go put stuff in? I'll have to. I don't think so. I'll have to do
Yeah.
that.
Well, I don't know. I'm not. I'm just on the StreamYard link.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, I'm still figuring all this shit out.
Yeah.
Where are you? There you are. Okay. No,
Okay.
that's fucking coded. It's dumbass.
Ugh.
God, I can't stand that guy. G2 brief, right?
Yeah.
G2 at G2. Oh fuck. God damn it, Wally. I like filth and network analysis. Oh, there we go. I got it. Okay, I'm gonna put that in the chat. So if you guys aren't following, hey, these, you know, G2's got a ton of great content, right? Like and subscribe. Same with the Hill Pirate Studios, right?
Yeah.
And then Shiz Happens, Master Sergeant Retired, and Stone Vets, right? Those are my that's my inner circle. And then in my channel, I got a bunch of channels that I watch on a regular basis if you guys are interested. But listen, I'm almost there. I think I got 100 and like either it's just over 100 or just under now for till I can like monetize and do cool shit like that. So
Cool.
like and subscribe if you haven't already. Please share. I'm going to be putting out a bunch more videos dealing with the I'm working on the 3%ers, Oath Keepers, American Patriots, the Utah Patriots, and a few others. My live from yesterday got pulled this morning, so I'm actually going to do videos of those instead of lives. I'll do a live too, but I gotta take the time to redact the stuff because all the ones where I redacted first, I asked and they were totally fine with that. So they're fine with first names. And they're fine with videos. So the videos in there, like that's what I'm going to showcase first. It's like, if you guys are, let's say you're a Democrat and you're super duper worried about these groups. It's like, hey man, I want to show you how, like, this is the group of guys that you're going up against, right? Like their average age is probably 70, right? They can't operate Zoom or Google Meets. And for the most part, they're talking about sports, guns, and like new knife they bought, you know, and a gun. It's, you know, they're not really at what I see now organizing like a overthrow of the government. So, but it's still interesting to see how these groups kind of think and act, and then there's some hidden camera stuff that's pretty cool too. So, but yeah, guys, you want to say anything to everybody before we roll out?
This was a nice break from the norm.
I agree.
I'll get back to depressing content on my page.
Yeah, right. Anger and hate, it always sells, man. You know?
Yeah. Well, I mean, you know, I prefer doing my veteran stuff, but
yeah, which is really cool. I've been enjoying that a lot.
Yeah. So, but I'll have some paranormal stuff on with Steven probably next week at some point. So, paranormal debunker.
Cool. Okay. Stuff. What the hell's going on? Okay. So listen, thanks everybody. At that, I'm gonna jet. My wife made fajitas. So
all right.
You guys going live tonight? Or are you going live?
We probably will, I'm sure.
Okay.
I just have to see what the boss is up to. He's got a puppy
Right.
stuff going on most of the days.
And Miss Metcal, be watching the posts. I'm gonna post some pictures that I was trying to find on Instagram, but I can't pull it up. I never go on Instagram on the computer, so I mean, hey,
Yeah.
it's okay. But yeah, I'll post some cool pictures. Maybe that'll be a future video. We'll talk about Cahokia. I'll have MJ up because I'm from here. Cahokia Mountains is there, and then he's from here. So they have all sorts of Indian shit in his town too. So his hometown. So
Cool.
But yeah, man. Hey, everybody. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you next time. And like and subscribe. So have a good night. Later, everybody.
See ya.